Hey everyone, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we have this Lexus GX and we're going to do the side chrome beauty installation for this vehicle. So as you can see, this is how it looks before doing the installation and this is how it looks after the installation. So we use the gloss black material in order to black out the side panels. Link for the product will be provided below, but with that being said, let's get started with the installation video. These are the tools you need for the installation. So before we start with the installation, we need to make sure we prep the panels. So all you need is baby shampoo and water mixed together in a spray bottle to create your slip solution. Once you have your solution, spray it onto a clean microfiber towel and just make sure to remove any contaminants that the panel may have. Another solution you can use in case you don't have shampoo is alcohol mixed with water. That creates another solution that you can use to help remove any contaminants that the panel may have. So once we finish prepping the panel, we can start with the installation. So with this one, you can place the film on one end and you don't have to align it, just place it. That way we have the film holding to something and we focus on this area here. So just make sure you have enough coverage to cover this edge here. So what you can do is align it right on the edge like this. Lift it carefully. Make sure you have coverage. Treat it like that. You are going to have just a little bit of extra material here. That extra material, we could trim it off. So then you could use now the bottom half of the panel as a guide to align the rest of the film until you reach it to the other end. So just lift the film and align it on the bottom half. You should be good there. Once you have it aligned, grab your squeegee, start tacking the top section down. Make sure to remove any air bubbles that are underneath the film. The extra material here on this end, we'll trim it off afterwards. We just need to make sure that everything is being covered. And now something to keep in mind when trimming off the extra material on the top section. If you lift the film carefully, you're going to notice that the chrome ends around this area here. So make a note out of that. That way you know where exactly it ends. You can use your finger to create a guide. That way you know exactly where the film ends. And from there, we'll just trim off the extra material. But before we trim it off, we're going to apply heat. That way the film is starting to mold to the design of the panel. So just grab your heat gun, use the low setting for this part, and apply heat evenly throughout the entire panel. And with your finger, just apply a little bit of pressure. That way the adhesive stays tight down to the panel. So for this part, if you remember, you had excess material. Because there is a small gap on the mirror section here, you can use your squeegee to tuck in the film. That way you don't have to cut off the excess material. But if you do want to cut off the excess material, what you can do is create an outline with your finger. That way you know exactly where to cut it. And then with your blade, it will just take out just a little bit, insert, and trim it off like this. But since it's tucked in, you should be fine. Just make sure to squeegee everything down. That way it doesn't lift over time. And then apply just a little bit of heat. Okay. And now once we finish applying heat throughout the entire panel, we can start trimming off the extra material. So like I mentioned, apply heat on the top section. That way the film molds to the design of the panel. Once you apply heat, use your squeegee just to help wrap the film on the top edge here. And then once you have squeegee and everything's tacked down, with your blade, all you need is just a little bit, just the first section of the blade. Find the gap, into your blade carefully, and slowly trim off the extra material. If you need to pause to make sure you are not cutting nothing else, you can. But it's just taking your time and trimming off the extra material. You don't have to place the blade too deep into the panel. It's just the top surface, and the blade will do the rest of it by trimming it off. And if you lift it, you see the extra material has been cut. And then you would just do the same here. We only need to cover up to the edge here, so find the gap in between the door. and just cut it like this. Lift it carefully, put your hand here, put your finger here, that way we don't accidentally lift the film. And don't forget to trim the rest of the top. Just like that. And just finish off the rest, remove it, and then apply heat to seal the top edge. Okay, so now just grab your heat gun to seal the top edge here. You could use the low setting. And this is just to help this top area here tack down to the top edge since it was trimmed. And that's pretty much it for the front piece. You will rinse and repeat the same steps that were done on this end to the rear section of the door panel here. Start from this edge here and work your way to the other. Okay, so the same steps that were done for the front section of the panel, you would just repeat it for the back end. Place the film here, that way it doesn't fall off. Start by aligning it on one end. So it's right here on the edge. And remember to use the bottom half as a guide to align the rest of the film. Okay, once everything's aligned, grab your squeegee, start securing the film. Once you secure the film and tack everything down, apply heat. That way the film starts molding to the design of the panel here on the curve. And then once we're done applying heat, trim off the excess material on top. Okay, so for the last piece with this one, instead of starting on this end, we're going to start on this section of the panel. So just place the film, and the reason why is because once we have it aligned here, we don't have to worry about trimming off any extra material on this end. We will only have to worry about this edge here. So just align it, make sure everything's being covered on top, bottom, and then just follow the bottom half as usual as the guide to align the rest of the film. And the top should get covered just like that. Grab your squeegee, secure the film, and then apply heat, and then we'll trim off the excess material, and then we're done. Okay, to trim off the excess material here, same steps. This gap here, you're going to place your blade around this area and just follow the design, and that's how you will trim off the excess material to have full coverage. So make sure to apply heat once more since it was lifted. That way it wraps around the curve. Grab your blade, find that gap. You will feel that the film is a little flimsy. That's fine. Since the film was heated up, it's going to act that way. So all you can do is just hold it into your blade and trim it off. You can also open the door, that way you have more area to work with, but once you have it like that, it should be good. Apply heat to seal it and you should be good. Trim off the top as well. Create a gap with your finger. That way you know exactly where you need to trim. With this one, just go straight forward like this. You don't need to apply too much pressure, just slowly take your time and trimming off the excess material. You could pick it off and remove the excess material. And now the last step, once we finish trimming off, is to pulse heat the entire panel, and we're done. So once you finish with the entire installation for the side chrome delete, the last thing to do is pulse heat the entire panel. That way we help the adhesive on the film activate faster and tack down to the panel. So you can use the low or the high setting for this part. If you do use the high setting, make sure not to be too close to the film, that way we don't accidentally burn it. So make sure you spread the heat evenly throughout the entire panel. And then once you're done with this step, you're done with the installation. So that concludes the installation video for the side chrome delete installation for the Lexus GX. We hope that the video helped you guys out with the installation. Don't forget to drop a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell. That way you're missing any of our upcoming installation videos. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.